The 14-year-old accused of killing 4 people at his high school in Georgia appeared in court today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Latricia Thomas.
And I'm Kim Chapman-Whitfield. Authorities also took the teenager's father into custody. Colt Gray and his father, Colin, both face several charges tonight. Colt is charged with 4 counts of felony murder after police say he killed 2 students and 2 teachers at Appalachia High School in Winder, Georgia. A judge says Colt is not eligible for the death sentence because of his age, even though he's being tried as an adult.
Now, the FBI says Colt was on their radar and had made threats in the past. An arrest warrant for Colin says he bought a rifle for Colt, even though he knew his son was a threat to himself and others. Colin faces charges of involuntary manslaughter, murder, and cruelty to children. His attorney did not request bond. A judge said Colin faces 180 years in prison if convicted. The Barrow County District Attorney says Colt could face more charges after today.
There will be additional charges on Colt Gray. When he was taken into custody on Wednesday, we did not have the identities or the conditions of the other victims, so we were not able to charge on those offenses. So when the evidence comes in and they've been able a chance to heal physically, emotionally, and spiritually, we will get with them, and there will be additional charges that address the other victims in the case.
Now, we've seen past examples of parents taken into custody after their children were accused of shooting others at a school. But how does it work in Georgia?
News Channel 9's Maggie Weaver joined us now in studio to explain. Maggie.
Kim, Latricia, Georgia does not have a safe storage law about locking up your gun, but that didn't stop law enforcement from charging the teen shooting suspect's father. Now, he asked what laws made that possible as the discussion on what we can do on a legislative level reignites.
We have laws about keeping your cattle in the pen, and you're liable for any damage that they cause when they go out. So what's the difference here?
After the GBI announced involuntary manslaughter and second-degree murder charges against the Georgia teen gunman's father.
These charges stem from Mr. Gray knowingly allowing his son, Colt, to possess a weapon.
We dug into the laws about parental responsibility. McCracken Poston, an attorney in both Georgia and Tennessee, says Georgia law allows for criminal liability if parents are found to have contributed to their child's delinquent behavior through neglect or failure to properly supervise.
This will make parents think twice about allowing access to guns, particularly a child that it's known that he is having issues.
In the Appalachia shooting, an arrest warrant says the 14-year-old shooter's father gave him the gun used in the shooting for Christmas. That's after the FBI had already spoken to his son about a possible school threat back in 2023.
You can't take those bullets back once they leave the chamber, whether it be an accident or whether it be on purpose.
Monty Sanders, a former firearms training school owner, says parents should be held accountable for gun storage and safety.
When you take on the responsibility of putting that firearm in your house, that means that you're responsible for not just yourself, for everyone else in the house, specifically minors.
Sanders says gun owners should use gun locks, safes, cables, or even trigger locks.
There's so many options now. There's gun locks, there's gun safes, there are cables, there are trigger locks, and there's so many different types now, and a lot of those are affordable.
And for lawmakers, as they held a hearing on safe storage laws on Thursday, planned before the shooting happened.
One of the things that we plan, and that I plan to drill down on, is looking at these other states like Texas and North Carolina and even Florida that have laws on the books limiting child access and having some kind of civil or criminal penalty for those that allow children access to these weapons, where those states have a significant reduction in child deaths.
Something many parents say is much needed for their child's safety.
The thought of sending a child to school and never seeing your child again is a uniquely American nightmare.
The first time parents were charged with involuntary manslaughter in connection to a mass shooting happened in the case involving Ethan Crumbly, a 15-year-old who killed 4 students at Oxford High School in Michigan back in 2021. His parents received 10 to 15 years in prison.
Maggie, thank you. Prosecutors say in the Georgia case, that 14-year-old faces life in prison and his father a possible 180 years behind bars. Thanks for watching News Channel 9, and for more great local coverage, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. News Channel 9, depend on us.